glaze. I want to practice pulling down the bead again in glaze, just because that's something you might need to practice. We need this to be dry. So the first thing, oops, I'm using the wrong one. I want you to do 2 different colors in the glaze area. I want you to practice. We're going to go to dry brush. It's mostly dry, but I want to get glaze going too. So I want you to, this might be dirty. Good enough. So first, let's make a wash in yellow. Wash in the glaze. One side is yellow. The whole thing. Okay. Made a gradation there. And then the other half, I'd like you to use a slight pink color. So you have a yellow and a magenta, okay? Let that dry. Dry brush. I'm going to use another brush. Use my other one. So this one's bone dry right now. It has no water on it. You might need a little bit of water, but not a lot. I just wet my fingers. And you can splay the bristles a little bit. A smaller brush works better for this, maybe. I'm just going to kind of open up the brush and poof it out a little bit gently. I can try different types of mark making with this. So you might want some small ones as well. This one is going to just kind of give me one type of mark. Let me get another brush here. Lots of brushes. Some of these big guys are really nice too for watercolor. These can be kind of pricey though. This brush is like $60. This one's really nice. It's like $100. I wouldn't spend that much money unless you're really serious about what you're doing. But old crunchy brushes, like these old synthetic brushes, could be cool to use for dry brush. There's some like these really kind of old dead brushes. They're fun for dry brush. Anything that'll give you kind of a strange looking mark. Let's see. Let's try this flat one. See how it works. Okay. So I'm just splaying the bristles a little bit. I'll try this synthetic one. You have some synthetic ones too you can try. Now you want your paint to be kind of dry too. So I am taking it on the palette. I took a little bit of paint and now I'm just gonna, yes, kitty. Just gonna take a little bit of this. I'm gonna go violet color. Okay, so dry brush. There are lots of ways you can do this. You can try by just kind of making some boom, boom, booms. Like this. I don't know if you can see very well. Just kind of stippling onto the. Another way you can do it. So if I had a flatter one, or longer bristle one, you can make some. Where you can see it better. Just have fun with this. This is scratchy kind of marks you can make, okay? And just practice different kind of mark making. This is called scumbling, what I'm doing right now, which is kind of dragging, which is a type of dry brush, but it's more for blocking in areas. So I'm scumbling across the surface, using the texture of the paper to help. I can make like a sticky green color. How about that? Blue green. Try that on top of darker color. It has to be really kind of opaque to be able to do that on a darker color though. I don't know how well you can see it. My light's going away. Okay, so scumbling is a type of dry brush. You can make scratchy marks, wispy marks, like if you were doing grass or something. Stippling gives you a type of mark making. Okay, so just practice different marks with a dry brush and sticky paint, okay? That's dry brush. Glaze, sort of dry. I just touched it with some water. If I try to fix that, I might mess it up. You can try to do it quickly if you notice that. Just suck it up. Try to suck it off. There's a very faint little spot there, but I think it's okay. Be careful. That's all I could say. All right. So for glaze, a glaze is one translucent layer over the other. We're going to use a big brush again, like your number 10. And I'm going to go, I made these horizontal. I'm going to do a vertical, maybe 2 different vertical colors here. I'm going to start with maybe like a cyan. I want it to be an even kind of mid-value cyan, not too light, not too dark. Okay, so I'll pull down the bead on this. Use a little more water. Just about halfway, okay? You have to work quickly, and you do not want to upset the layers underneath. If you do that, you're going to mix your colors together. You do not want to mix the colors together. Okay, so it's really hard for you to see on this light. I can see it better in real life, but you can kind of see it here. I see the magenta layer underneath the blue, and here I see the yellow layer underneath the blue. On the camera, it looks like it's optically mixing, so it's become a violet and a green, which, yeah, it will look green and it will look violet in this area because of the optical mixing. But this is a glaze, so you can practice some other color on top of this too, next to it. Maybe a thinner band. Just maybe do another one right here, a thinner strip. Okay, leave some of the background to show. So I see that you did a wash underneath. So let's try, I don't know, maybe an orange over that. Need some blue in my yellow. If you have if your paint gets dirty, like mine's kind of dirty, it's got a little cyan in it, just hold it over your water bucket, use some clean water, and just kind of wipe it out, okay? Don't hold it under a sink and rinse it. You're just going to wash some paint away. It's kind of a waste. All right, so make an orange color. Watch. Okay. Pull down the bead. There's a cat hair in my brush. Wonder where that came from. Okay. All right. That wasn't enough paint. I'm not going to mess with it though. Okay. So show me leave some of the background. Wash. Okay. I should be able to see the layers underneath.